You're watching Live at Evo, featuring Emily Molloy. Here's your host, Ethan Allin.
Well, hi and welcome back to another installment of Live at Evo. I'm your host, Ethan Allin, and today with me is producer Gus as we host our very special guest live here in studio at BCIT. And our special guest today is Emily Molloy.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Stoked
Thank
to be
you.
here.
So, what you been up to lately? Playing some shows, putting some music out?
Yeah, lots is on the go. We have a show coming up on the 29th of April at the Anza Club. So
Nice.
Really excited about that. Just getting the band back together, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I was, the last show I guess we played was last summer. I think last August. Holy crap.
Does it feel weird to be off stage for that long?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
And I actually, I got COVID really badly. So
Yeah.
it hit me. I had it for I was bedridden for about 3.5 months.
Damn.
And my lung capacity was 0. So I was actually really worried that it would never come back.
Yeah, that you would lose a certain part of it or not be able to maybe hit the same notes that you were once able to do.
Yeah, and I'm still finding that I'm kind of retraining those muscles a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's really exciting to be kind of back in the saddle.
Yeah,
and
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, back doing it, right? Which is great.
So now things are really busy, and I'm rehearsing numerous times a week. I'm collaborating with a bunch of bands and a bunch of friends, and I'm stoked.
Yeah,
so,
it's fantastic. And for fans of Live at Evo, if you haven't seen, she was here last week with Pistol Whip the Devil. Fantastic country rock group. If you haven't seen the episode, please go check it out. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Which your voice sounds so great in that band too.
Thank
along
you.
with all your own music itself, right?
Thanks so much.
No, it sounds really great. Do you want to start with a song for us?
Yeah, absolutely. This first song is called Catastrophes. It's actually the first single off of my EP that I released. I guess the whole thing was released.
July of 2021.
Thank you.
Yes. I think it was July 9th, if I'm correct.
Oh my gosh, you know way more than I do. I was like, I don't remember when I put that thing out.
No, it's great.
Awesome. So this is the first single off of that. I released this one in, it was supposed to release on March, I think it was March 29th, 2020. And so, as everyone knows, literally the world stopped 2 weeks before my first release ever, and I was panicking, but then I just decided to continue to release things and release singles and
build the anticipation, and now once you hit the stage
and now
you're
I
ready
have
to go, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
no, that's fantastic.
So anyways, this is the first one. This is called
Perfect.
Catastrophes.
Thank you.
If I lost my way so soon,
great song. Honestly, one of my first thoughts is, are you not entertained? That's one of my first thoughts. And if you didn't know, that's another song off
another
of
one
your
of my songs.
Catastrophes EP. Another fantastic song. That sounds really nice on an acoustic, though. As we were
Thanks.
chatting a little earlier about how, you know, you usually perform with an electric for that song. And if you haven't seen, you can go on YouTube, Emily Molloy Music on YouTube, watch her
Hell yeah.
rickshaw performance of that song. It's very good. It's nice hearing it full, but that song really hits as just an acoustic one-on-one.
Thank you.
Yeah, your voice, just the different levels and stuff and those peaks that you're hitting.
Yeah, it's funny. It was, I think that was one of the first. There's kind of been some like layers, I guess, to my vocal evolution. Evolution.
On brand.
On
Yeah.
brand. I literally looked at the word behind you. But it makes sense.
Yeah.
That was kind of the point where, you know, I was starting to train my voice to be able to project more, I guess, like louder. And it took a while. So, you know, your voice is like a muscle and you have to...
Yeah, you have to work at it.
You have to work at it. And it's kind of one of those things like anything, you practice and you practice and you fail and you fail and you fail and you can't hit things. And then all of a sudden one day you can just do it.
Yeah.
And then the more you do it properly, then it's like, oh my gosh, now it's easy to do.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're hitting that note all the time.
Yeah, so that song I actually wrote like right after I kind of had just hit that spot. So it's been a number of years, but I guess like it was just that.
When you can hear like from some of your other songs, like you have like a folky background, you have different backgrounds and times that you've played different genres of music, which help out in that. And then maybe you get to a band and all of a sudden a song like this, now you're hitting these notes, right? Like it starts building up over time as you dip into different things.
Exactly. And I was you know, writing that song specifically so that I was hitting all those notes, and I kind of forced myself to keep playing that song, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. It makes sense, right? Like, you know, you have to see where you can hit and what levels you can push it towards, right? And it's interesting with you saying earlier about having COVID. Like, I could see how, you know, hoping I can get back to these notes at some point, right? Like, you're kind of in this limbo where you don't know what your lungs or your voice can do.
Yeah, especially because I do have a lot of songs that really push my vocal register
just a bit.
To a bit of a point. But, you know, I've been jamming, you know, like practicing and not even, you know, proper rehearsals. It was just like going and jamming with all of our friends on Saturdays, and just kind of pushing my voice as much as I could. And that was really helpful.
Yeah, baby steps, get yourself back into it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like coming back from like an injury or something, right? Like a sports person, you know, you're not just going to jump in full bore right away, right?
Yeah.
And especially without performing on stage and stuff, it's getting back to going 100%, because you may do that sometimes in jams and practices, but when you're on stage, it's a different animal, right?
Yeah, and I basically went from like 0 to 100 pretty quick. It was, you know, over the COVID break as well, I also, you know, started collaborating with more people, and all of a sudden I'm like in 3 bands and the world's opening up again. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, now it's time to go.
Now I have to, now I'm doing all these things and I'm in 3 projects and I'm collaborating with and it's great. It's amazing. I'm super stoked, but it was literally like 0 to 100, like right away.
Nothing to all of a sudden. We got projects, photo shoots, we got, you know, jam sessions, and
bring it
performance
on
coming up too.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
fantastic. No, that's great.
And I was a little nervous because it had been about 8 months since, you know, we got the band back together. And we had a rehearsal on Wednesday, and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's fantastic.
It's like no time had passed. It was crazy.
Yeah,
so
which is great. Like that's how you want it to be, right? You want it to just jump back in the saddle. Everyone gets back into their spots, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
So you have another song for us here?
This song is called "Ain't That the Truth." I wrote this actually over COVID, I guess. I don't even know when I wrote this, but yeah, this one's just about heartbreak, I guess, of any kind. Like, I feel like relationships of any kind, when you end them, friendships, relationships, when it ends, there's a certain hole that is, left there. So this one's called Ain't That the Truth.
I scream out loud. Ain't that the truth? Put up the blinders and tune it all out. Now you're comfortable where you are. Is it just ready to come out? Ain't that the truth? Am I fighting to feel? Am I just fighting to numb it all out? Like a ghost still alive, I yearn to escape, but I'm haunted by the outside. I scream out loud. Ain't that the truth? Am I fighting to feel, or just fighting to numb out?
I love that one.
Thanks.
That's a really nice song. And as you talk about that being like kind of like a breakup song, is that kind of like your kind of like the same inspiration behind your song Wide Awake as well?
Yes, different situation, but yeah. And it's funny actually, as I was playing that, usually with my full band, there's like we get really loud and it's really full and it's crazy, like it's this huge breakdown in the middle, but I was like, this isn't going to translate very well to acoustic, but that was about a friendship ending, and it was really heartbreaking. And, there's times when you have to walk away from situations, and whether, they're not serving you anymore or they're toxic or whatever it is, it's still really hard and it really
absolutely
sucks. So, that's what that was about. It was like, I know that I have to do this for myself and I have to walk away from this situation, but it still really sucks. That person was really close and dear to me, and no matter what the decision, whether you're making the decision or the other person's making it, I think it's still heartbreaking either way. So that's what that was about.
The friendship ones seem almost harder than just a normal relationship you're having with
someone. Way
someone.
Harder.
I feel like those breakups are easier to cut ties, and see you later. But when it's a friend, you're invested in them in such a different way that when it comes to an end, there's so much like questions and things afterwards that
Exactly.
but like you said, you have to make a decision for yourself at some point and what's best for you.
Exactly.
Which can be very hard, but
Yeah.
if it needs to be done, it needs to be done.
Totally. Yeah.
So your song, your Wide Awake song with the whole music video and stuff. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that song I actually wrote about. So I was living in Whistler, and I was living with really, really good friends of mine, and they were married. And they were married, and then as I was living there, decided to get a divorce and separate. And I wrote this song without being in a relationship at all. I think I just like energetically sponged up all of the emotion from the house.
Yeah.
And I wrote that song. So that song's really about my really dear friend, Angie Nolan, who is also the director of the music video.
Yeah, which is a very nice video too. It looks
It's
great.
beautiful, yeah.
It looks a little cold.
It was,
but just a tad cold. If you haven't seen the video already, and you should, it's on a freezing cold lake in Whistler,
frozen lake, and we're literally like wearing no clothing, and we're like lying on the ice. And I had a dream. So I literally had a dream about this music video and like the different landscapes and what I wanted it to feel like and look like. And then once we got there, like we created it. It was so beautiful. It was coming together. And then I'm lying on the ice in my like leggings. And I'm like, why the hell? Who made this? I'm like, shit, that was me.
Couldn't have dreamed myself on like a beach in Mexico or
Yeah, why
something.
didn't I dream something else? This is so insane.
Yeah.
And poor Jenna, my one of my besties of life, my wife from another life, Jenna Manzanares, she was a trooper and a half, and she's the dancer in the music video.
Yeah.
She's literally in like a one-piece like leotard spandex like suit, gold green suit, and she's dancing on the ice, and we were out there for like 14 hours. She was in the ice, in the puddles, and in between shots we're like putting fur on each other, and just like, oh my god,
warm blankets and stuff like that. No, it came out really well for as much as you guys had to deal with the cold for that long. No, it really came out.
Thank you.
No, it looks great.
Well, I guess I should play that song then.
Absolutely. That'd be fantastic.
It's
Thank
funny,
you.
I was initially not going to play that one, but we're going to do it.
Cool.
Heavy heart and eyes like sand, body aches, weighted hands, sleepless again. As dawn breaks, barely noticed, and I only paced. And you reap just what you sow. 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 I know I'd follow you anywhere. You'd rather go alone, but I think you're just scared. For you I'd just not what you need. I'm just not what you need. You reap just what you sow, and the sun has gone to sleep, and I'm just not what you need.
I love that song because it really shows like the levels of your voice well. Because like a lot of your
Thanks.
songs, like off your EP and stuff, like they're rocky, they're big, they're getting you going. But that one really shows like a nice tone, and I like that you don't go too high till like the end. It's a nice build up.
The crescendo at the end there.
Yeah, like I remember hearing that song like on Spotify, listening to your music a little bit the first time. It's like I'm listening to the other stuff, okay, big and rocky, and then we hear this one, and it brings up your folk root stuff like that a little bit.
Thank
of your
you.
different genres and musical influences that you can hear come out in that song, which is really nice.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's funny trying to. I think we talked about this a little bit last week when I was here with Pistol Whip the Devil. Putting yourself in a genre is really, for me, it's been really difficult to like promote myself, if that makes sense, as like a certain genre, because it's like
saying you're just one thing, right?
Totally. And like, I'd say this is all kind of under the rock spectrum, but like if I'm like, I'm not always hard rock all the time. I'm not always soft ballady stuff all the time. I like to have that range of that gives you freedom, like there's a dynamic.
It also gives your fans a little bit of dynamic too, right? Like if they like a little bit more of your ballady stuff, then here's a few songs that you can listen to this way. You want to get a little more rocky, here you go. Here's a few songs. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Here's this song, and it's not containing yourself to one thing, right?
Exactly.
And clearly through the other bands and projects that you've been doing, like Pistol Whip the Devil, so different than what you do on your own end, but you can see the influences from each one of them creep into your songs and stuff like that, which is good because I like a little bit of both. Which is why I love that song.
Thank you.
It builds up, the build up to the big ending, which is something that I like differently than some of your other songs, which are boom right in your face, which is
super in your
really
face,
great too.
And it's really fun to play. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's like my favorite stuff to play is. But that no, that's not even true. I love being on stage. I love rocking the F out,
Oh yeah.
But then halfway through my show, I like to also bring it down and kind of have like the sweeping soundscape kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Get a little intimate with the crowd and stuff like that. Bring everything down a little bit,
and then I'll scream at you again after,
and then come right back up, right? But
exactly.
you need a little calm before the storm, which isn't a bad thing too.
Exactly.
No, that's great.
And I've also started playing with another project. Of course, I decided to add myself into another band project. We're called Duotone. We're going to be coming out in the next month or month and a half.
Perfect. We love to hear that.
With our first single. It's very Portishead. So it's really like trip hop, Portisheady, Massive Attack, like totally complete shift from rock and roll.
Yeah.
In any capacity. There's no rock in it at all.
Which is fun though, and
a
then
lot
you
of
can take
subby
elements
bass
of that back with you when you're writing your own music, right? Like
Yeah.
I find it's a good thing to kind of dabble in a few different things because then you learn something or you take a little bit of something from each genre that you kind of start playing with. I find. Right?
Yeah, totally. And this was a cool project for me because it's actually with one of my closest longtime friends. His name's Gord Shields. He lives in Ontario. So he was in a Juno Award-winning band called the Pocket Dwellers, like a long time ago. And that's where I met him. I started following the Pocket Dwellers around. I was like, these guys are the best. So they're like a huge, they remind me a lot of Five Alarm Funk actually, if they were, hip hop.
Yeah.
So their shows were just explosive, and I became good friends with the whole band. And so anyways, we've had friendship for over over 17 years now. And over the pandemic, we were like, yo, is it time for us to finally collaborate on a song and see what happens? And then we did one song, and then it was another song, and now we have a full album, and now we're a band. Like, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, all of a sudden now you're going to be playing shows. Now you have all this stuff.
Now it's like a whole thing.
Yeah. No,
but it
that's
was really
great.
cool because he was recording everything in his studio in Toronto, in his home studio, sending it to me. And then I would write the lyrics and melody over top of everything from my bedroom. So all of a sudden there's like, you know, we don't have to do I don't have to wrangle 5 people as much as I love doing that. But it's like just the writing process is so different, and it's
absolutely.
It's really cool
Makes
what
it
the
easy when you
internet
send
can
you
do.
all that stuff, right? No,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, you want to play us another song?
Yeah, totally. This one's the cover song.
Perfect.
This song is called Can't Be Loved, and it's by, well, I do the Elle King version of it, but it's actually by another band, and I can't remember the name of them right now.
Well, that's okay. No worries at all.
Quit trying to love me. I done told you, yeah. Not one. Baby, please, quit trying to love me. You should know, yeah, you were just some fun. Can't unlock my heart. Don't you even start, yeah, to try to get in my head. It's dark and it's black, I can't ever get back to the way that I used to love. I try with my heart, but I can't with my mind. Yeah, yeah, and I just can't be loved. Baby, please, let's make this easy. Can't be so hard to find someone better than me. Yeah, and when I'm gone, oh yeah, it'll be just that easy to find someone just a little better than me. It's dark and it's black, I can't ever get back to the way that I used to love. I try with my heart, but I can't with my mind. Yeah, and I just can't be loved. Can't be loved, yeah. Can't be loved,
I love that cover. It sounds so nice.
Thanks.
No, it sounds really, really good. No, that's
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
one of my favorites to play.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's really, really good.
Thank you.
Well, we thank you so much for coming in today. Please,
My pleasure.
Please let all your new fans know where they can find you, where you're playing soon, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm playing, my next show is coming up. First one in a long time. Come on out. It's at the Anza Club on April 29th. I'm playing a show for the Root Dwellers Showcase, music showcase, which is awesome. It's by my good friend Claire Barker, and I'm playing with my really close friends Desk Note and Elle Wolf. It's going to be amazing. And you can find me at emilymolloymusic.com. You can find me on Instagram at emily.molloy.music. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/emilymolloymusic. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple Music. I'm on everything. So yeah, just throw in my name and I should come up.
We'll have all those links and stuff
Yeah.
in the description below, so people will be able to find that. We'll have it up on the Evolution 1079 page as well. So
amazing.
No, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with Gus and I, and
oh, my pleasure.
letting us in a little
Guys
bit
are
closer
awesome.
to you. So no, that's fantastic.
So
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you guys again.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
yeah, thanks everyone at BCIT. We'll see you later.
Thank you.